everyone, I'm the 5-minute reviewer, and recently IGN in collaboration with Nintendo Life released a top 100 Nintendo games, and I'm here to talk about it and give you my analysis. Now, how do they define Nintendo games? Well, it's the same as I did last time, but I shall reiterate again, which is that any game made by Nintendo or its second party, or any game which is on the Nintendo console as a time exclusive, or any game which is strongly associated with a Nintendo console. So with that said, let us begin. Now, as usual, I'd like to state, as this video will only be 5 to 6 minutes long, I won't be able to cover every single game in this list. The full game list is in the link below. Please click and look at that if you want to see the full 100 list. And here is my 5-minute analysis. I want to analyze the list in terms of franchises, and it's not a surprise that Mario and Zelda games dominate the list. 10% of the list is just Zelda games, with the highest ranked game being Tears of the Kingdom at number 1 and the lowest rank being Twilight Princess at 61. Another 10 games on the list belong to Mario, the core platformers only, with the highest rank being number 3 Super Mario World and the lowest rank being number 77 Super Mario Sunshine. This to me is not surprising, as generally Zelda and Mario games, the platformer part of the Mario games, are generally very well made and often seen as launch titles for a new Nintendo console, so there's no surprise there. But Mario and Zelda occupying already 20% of the list means that there is less representation for other Nintendo titles. Only 2 Kirby games, 3 Pokemon games, 2 Star Fox games, 2 Fire Emblem games, and 4 Metroid games on the list. But what is surprising to me is that Donkey Kong seems to be overrepresented because they got 5 games on the list. Personally, I didn't even know there were that many Donkey Kong games. Okay, let's move on to the next category on the list. The next analysis is to look in terms of the console it debuted for. So, what is surprising to me is that the GameCube, even though it's much aligned, has majority of the games in the list. So the GameCube has the most number of games on the list, 17, followed by the Super Nintendo, 14, and the Switch at 13. If you were to display the data by year of when the game was first published, the years 2001 and 2003 have most games on the list, a total of 20. So to me, this list is kind of impressive because it doesn't show an obvious recency bias or a nostalgia bias, as the middle years were very well represented. So you see a lot of games from the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, and the Game Boy Advance systems. The next way I did look at the list is in terms of genre, and as you expect, because a lot of Mario games are there, platformers dominate the genre. 28 of the games are platformers, which are Mario dominated. 20 of the games are JRPG, which include Golden Sun, Final Fantasy. 13 of the games are action adventure, which are Zelda dominated. 6 of the games are racing games, which are Mario Kart dominated. My turn-based strategy games, which is my favorite genre, are only represented by 4 games from Fire Emblem, Advance Wars, and Ogre Battle, which I have never played. This list represents what games that Nintendo does really well, which are generally Mario type games and Zelda type games, being platformers and action adventure games respectively. Lastly, I think the list is great because it acknowledges there are third-party developers which contributed to Nintendo's popularity over the years, and they weren't forgotten in this list. Here are a list of developers which have more than 1 game on the list: Capcom with 6, Square with 6, Rare with 5, and Konami with 3. I cannot imagine Nintendo without classics like the Castlevania series, or even Resident Evil 4, or even the Ace Attorney series. For me, one precious memory I have is playing WWF No Mercy, developed by THQ, and it's great to see that that game is also on the list. So overall, I think this list is quite good. Happy and can see where the IGN and Nintendo Life people are coming from. As with any list, there's always going to be a lot of disagreement, but I think in this case, these games journalists were genuine in trying to construct a list which is representative of Nintendo's history. Personally, I wish that some of my favorite games have made the list. For example, Pokemon Legends Arceus, I feel that it should be on the list. Fire Emblem Fates should be on the list. And of course, Advance War Dual Strike should be on the list because I feel that it's the superior version of Advance Wars. That said, I hope you enjoyed my analysis of this. Thank you and have a nice day. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. And enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.